Hi everybody, this is Angela, and I am just making a follow-up video in regards to my last video, which cut off abruptly, and for that I do apologize. I was showing my altars, and this is actually the second one that I was supposed to be showing, one of three. And as you can see with this altar, it's a little bit smaller, but this is the one that I probably use the most. This is my working altar. I use this for spell work, all magical works. This is the one where I cast my circle, and it's my favorite altar because if need be, as you can see, there's little handles on each side, so I can move it. It's portable. So if I want to take it to this, to the beach or to the park, or just sit outside and let the whole thing charge underneath the moon, I can. But as you can see on this altar, I have my little goddess candle, and then I have my 4 elemental guardian candles, and then I have my little food dog protectors. I don't know if you can see them good, it's kind of dark in here. And this is my little male food dog, and as you can kind of see, there's a little ball under his paw. And then with the female food dog, she has a little baby under her paw. You probably won't be able to see it very well, and for that I do apologize. Also on this altar I keep my crystals. On my other altar I have citrine crystals. On this one I have the quartz pointed crystals. I have 2, and I use those for energy. And then I have a crystal wand here, which I primarily use for directing that energy. I keep a chalice on my altar a lot of times for reverence, and normally I pour wine in there, but right now it's empty because I'm actually getting ready to change this altar out. I normally decorate my altar per the seasons, and since the holiday season is coming up, I'm getting ready to take the fall leaves out, as you can see, and decorate it for Yule. And speaking of Yule, that brings me to some aspects that I wanted to talk about as far as in regards to the pagan holiday Yule and the Christian holiday Christmas, and how they are very closely intertwined. As I'm decorating my tree, I noticed that I'm putting the star on top of my tree, and what does it look like? Well, it looks like a pentagram. And I say pentagram because a lot of times people think pentagram and pentacle are interchangeable. The pentagram is actually the free form star with all 5 sides pointing out, whereas the pentacle has a circle around it, and it's encased in that circle. But I'm putting my very pagan looking star on top of my tree. So I went to look into some other things, and I noticed that as I get ready to put the ornaments on the tree, what do I have here? These are commonly known as witches' balls. I know, but with witches' balls, they're normally hung on the tree, and they say that when evil spirits see their reflections within the balls, they get trapped inside and they can't get out, therefore protecting the home from evil entities. And in some religions, you may see bottles hanging on the trees outside, and it pretty much works in the same way. I'm also getting ready to put my jingle bells on the door. And jingle bells are actually from the Nordic tradition, and they pretty much work in the same way as the witches' balls. The sound of the bells are to ward off evil spirits, keep negativity away from the home, and all that good stuff. And also putting up my stockings, just as a FYI, or just to go back, I took German for 2 years in high school, because they said that it was easier than Spanish. It was not. German was actually very, very hard. That's why I did not continue for the third year. I took art because I like to color. And I was putting up my children's stockings because, you know, that's normally something that we do, and it's a tradition that we have in our home. My kids, I still keep them in pretty much the Christian tradition, you know, but, you know, I give them that option to choose their faith. But as I was putting up the stockings, I noticed that it's a lot like what they do in Germany. But the children would put their shoes outside, and the next day they would go outside and there would be candy in the shoes. And with the stockings, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, we put little gifts and little treats within the stockings. So when the kids wake up on, you know, on Yule or on Christmas Day, then they have candy and little gifts. But going into that also with the actual day. The actual day is December 25th, but a lot of people say that it's based on the Roman sun holiday, which is called Saturnalia, which is basically a sun festival and the worship of the sun. And it's funny to me how, with collaborating the two, that you have the sun in the sky, and they use Christmas to bring in the Son of God. So the Catholic Church, they were really thinking when they combined the two holidays together so that the pagans can easily transition into a new religion. If you think about it, it's kind of really underhanded, and, you know, it's kind of really dirty because they use their faith and their belief to convert them into another religion and into a new faith, you know, by basically doing it with an underhanded means, because technically there is no, how can I put it, there is no notation or any information in the Bible that speaks of a holiday or a tradition celebrating the birth of Christ. There's just not. And so I thought that was, you know, that was really interesting. And even with the Christmas tree, and I'm not going to show you my Christmas tree because it's like, oh, sorry about that. Sorry for the rock, and don't mean to make you sick. I'm not going to show you my Christmas tree because it's super duper ghetto. And yes, I do have a plastic tree. I don't use live trees because they shed and they turn brown, and discarding them, that's all a headache. But with the Christmas tree, a lot of ancient cultures have always incorporated trees into their celebrations and festivals. With the Druids, I believe it was oak tree, and that they would burn it for good luck within the harvest, and they would throw things into the fire like a big bonfire. In ancient Egypt, it was a palm tree, and I believe in Rome they used a fir tree, and I think that's kind of where we get our tree from, using the fir trees. But even with the tree, that is very pagan. So a lot of aspects of the Christian holiday, you know, are very pagan, and I just find that very interesting. So, you know, with showing my altar and what I'm getting ready to do for the upcoming holiday season, I thought I'd incorporate all that for you. And it looks like I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll probably try and do some more videos. I really want to start doing book reviews because, as you can see, this is just one of 4 bookcases, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, note to husband, Kindle would be nice, Sony Book Reader would be nice. But yeah, I'll probably try doing some book reviews, some fiction, some non-fiction, in the future. But until then, thank you for watching this, and for all those who have subscribed, thank you. I do greatly appreciate it. I didn't think anybody would listen to me babble, but I greatly appreciate you guys subscribing. So to all the pagans out there, you know, happy Yule or whatever you celebrate, or even to the Christians, you know, I'm open. Merry Christmas, Merry Meat, whatever you want to add in there. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for subscribing once again, and blessed be.